started, we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. And that is the young Connor Weibel leading us.
Test, test. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great. School's back in session, and here are we. Reporting out of closed session, there's nothing to report out of closed session at this time, so we'll move directly to the superintendent's report. Dr. Johnson.
Thank you so much, President Stone, esteemed members of the board, cabinet, and to our audience tonight, welcome. And so getting ready for the upcoming school year has been pretty significant, and we're pretty happy with how we've set things up and then just the way that our staff has come back, our students have come back. So I just want to share a few updates with you. The first one is just to our almost 21,000 kids, welcome back, right? You guys had a great summer, you did some amazing things, and that first day of school for us as staff is one of the most special days that we have all year. And it's really cool that tonight we'll be welcoming our student board members and having them swear in tonight. But things are off and running. I want to thank our teachers, I want to thank our classified staff and our site administrators for getting our schools ready and getting them staffed. We put out a video the first day of school every single year, and I wanted to share that video with the audience tonight and with the board. I know that a lot of you have already seen it, but a special thank you to our communications division, Rena Lucchese and Damian Lopez, who do such a great job. And then this being my fourth school opening, I just want to commend our staff. When you see this and you look at how far and above the staff go to just welcome kids back to campus and the way they make them feel. I had the honor of being out at Sycamore with Mr. Abelov and just watching them welcome the 1,000 kids who attend that school. So here we go.
Happy first day!
Happy birthday, school!
Happy birthday, school!
So today we completed day 9, and then because I have a mathematician on my staff, that's 5% of the school year that's over. The next thing we wanted to share is we think Tustin Unified is pretty special, and we think it's a lot of reasons. One is we get great kids, right? And then our staff, the way they care about them, treat them, our community, our parents, the way they support their schools. But I wanted to share some data because these are numbers that we've never seen before. And so on a typical principal posting, we might get 30 applicants, right? Assistant principals, we might be in the same number, 30, 35. And when I look at Pioneer AP, this new assistant principal was the best out of 97 candidates. And then a high school English teacher had 171. Good luck being an elementary teacher right now when you're up against almost 400 candidates for one position. And then you look at our other assistant principals and our high school assistant principals and elementary principals. So we're very, very grateful to the people who said yes and chose to apply in Tustin. And I want to thank our personnel division because we think we found some stars. And so just that's an amazing, or some amazing data points that just show how special Tustin is. Another hot highlight is, you guys know that in November of 2023, the T-Tech room over at Tustin High School caught fire. And through a long process that I want to thank Mr. Solons, Grant, and their team, they were able to work with the insurance company and then work with the teacher to vision what the future would look like in that classroom. And so just Ed Hernandez, who's an amazing teacher for us, just grateful to him for his patience and his dedication. But this is what it looks like as of today, literally a picture taken today. It's almost fully back. And then I just want to thank Ed. Ed's such a class act. One of the awards that Cabinet gives out, we call it a standing ovation, and we give out about 20 to 25 a year. And Ed came to Cabinet a couple weeks ago and gave us what he called the Phoenix Award, Rising from the Ashes. And the coolest part is he made the award with the machinery that he has in his class. And so just grateful that that's up and running again. And then, for our high schools, one of the biggest things we have are athletics, right? Activities and athletics. But fall athletics are up and running. We had our football teams playing this last weekend, but you can see all the sports that our kids have access to take just in the fall season. And so grateful to all of our coaches, our administrators, our activities folks who help just bring the spirit to a campus. And then this coming Friday, the annual Tustin versus Foothill football game will be played 7 p.m. And so Foothill is the home team on this one. So you'll see that switches a little bit. And then just the last few things, we have our celebration of schools coming up on September 24th, so we just wanted to spotlight that. Please, you can purchase tickets on the TPSF website. And then right after that event comes Dino Dash on November 2nd. And so we're promoting both events just to try to get our community involved. Just as an example, Dino Dash every single year has over 7,000 participants and over 700 volunteers to make that event happen. And then I told Rena I would plug it tonight, but we have a newsletter that goes out every single Saturday morning. Goes out to about 30,000 recipients in the Tustin community. And it is one of the best out there in school systems. And just grateful to that team and grateful to the people who helped make that happen. So that concludes my comments.
Thank you. Oh, this is the fun part. Okay, we're going to do the administer the oath. All right, so. Okay, at this time, I'm going to invite up our new student board members and have them introduce themselves and the school that they serve. And if you'll all come up. Okay, and the way this is going to work, I'm going to pass the mic. You're going to say who you are and what school you go to. I'm going to run to the other end, and then you'll give it back to me. If you don't, then this is all going to go sideways. But I'm sure it'll work out. You ready?
Hi, my name is Sophia Nawaz, and I come from Beckman High School.
Hi, my name is Nina Huang, and I serve Beckman High School.
Hi, my name is Leah Green, and I'm from Foothill High School.
Hi, my name is Connor Weibel, and I'm from Foothill High School.
Hi, my name is Anthony Ruiz, and I'm from Hillview High School.
Hi, my name is Emily Juarez, and I represent Hillview High School.
Hi, my name is Katali Lynn, and I represent Legacy Magnet Academy.
Hi, my name is Carson Carter, and I represent Legacy Magnet Academy.
Good afternoon. I'm Sienna Prieto Harvey, and I'm representing Tustin High School.
Hi, my name is Ndea Lowe, and I'm from Tustin High School.
Thank you. Let's do 2 lines here, maybe on the top step and run below. If we can do that so everyone can see, and we'll get a good picture out of this too. There we go. Come on. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. In a second, I'm going to swear these students in, but before doing so, I just wanted to say that Tustin Unified School District is proud to have these high school students serve as student board representatives for the 25-26 school year. And we know they'll do a fantastic job in their new role. And on behalf of the board, I just wanted to say that we appreciate their willingness to be leaders on their campuses and in their community. And All of the board members up here have all been sworn in. We all got sworn in at the county election office at the time that we applied to run for election, and then again when we were seated. And so we'll do the same for you now. And I'm going to say the words in a second, but I do hope you take this seriously. I don't. To serve your country, whether it be in a place like this or on a national stage, is important, never more so than now. And so do truly thank you for doing this. And if you'll raise your right hands and then repeat after me, we'll go slow, one line at a time. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. That's great. Thank you very much. And stay right where you are. You can put your hands down, but we're going to get some pictures. Okay. I fully expect this is the first of many affirmations from some of you. All right, we're on to public comments, and I don't see any cards. Does anyone wish to make a public comment? They need to fill out one of the yellow cards over by the door and bring it forward. I see one or several. Fantastic. Okay, Jimena Espinosa. We have a timer ready? Yeah.
Hello, my name is Jimena. I am a student at Legacy Academy. I would like it if you would give us transportation to and from the school. It would help since my dad is the one that takes me, and he won't always be able to take me. And my mom has to take my brother to school. So it would really help. It can also be nice at pickup, since my mom has to pick my brother up and walk to my dad's work to get the car. And that can take a while. So as you can see, it would really help us out. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimena. Maria Montez.
Buenas tardes. Mi nombre es María Montes. Yo estoy aquí para pedir ayuda sobre el transporte escolar hacia nuestros hijos para la escuela Legacy, ya que nosotros nada más contamos con un vehículo y al diario mi esposo lo usa para su trabajo. Sé que a lo mejor tengo que agarrar transporte público, pero eso me atrasa varios tiempo. Y yo tengo que recoger a mi otro niño que está en la Heidenman. A veces pues está el sol, la lluvia y todo eso, y tuve que meter a mi hijo a un programa extraescolar de 2:30 a 6 de la tarde para ya poder ir a recoger a Jimena, que es mi hija. Entonces por eso es de que estoy yo aquí, para que nos puedan apoyar sobre el transporte, que pues para nosotros nos beneficiaría mucho. Gracias.
Okay, can I translate for her? Okay. Her name is Maria Montes. She is the parent of... Yes. Her name is Maria Montes, and she is the mother of Jimena, who just spoke. She's here to request the bus for transportation to Legacy because right now they only have one car, so she has to go and pick up the car from her husband's work, and sometimes she's having to find public transportation in order to make it to pick up Jimena at Legacy. While her other son, she had to put him into the after-school program at Heidemann from 2:30 to 6 p.m. just in order to make time for her to be able to pick up one and then come back and get the other. So she's really asking for help to get this bus for transportation to Legacy for our kids. Can I just stay here?
All right. Thank you, Maria. And next I have Jessica Martinez.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Jessica Martinez, and I'm here to ask that students attending Legacy have the option or opportunity to ride a bus to school if they need or prefer it. Last time I was here, school hadn't even started yet, but there I was speaking for my peers. Here I am today speaking for my peers again, to try and help them, even though some of them aren't my friends. That doesn't matter right now, because we're all on the same team here. As I mentioned last time I was here, my mom works at Heidemann, where my sister goes to school, and my mom can't get me to school, my sister to school, and herself to work on time with the different time schedules. I now attend zero period, which starts at 7:30, and I have zero period every day but Friday, with school starting at 8:30. My mom starts work at 8:15, so she definitely can't make that time jump. Currently, we are relying on my friend's dad to drop me off and her mom to pick me up. Last week, I noticed a bus dropping kids off at Legacy while I was in zero period. And I immediately asked myself, where did they come from? How did they get here? If there's one thing I'd want to share about my family, it's how we treat each other equally and fair, with equality and fairness. My dad always says, make it fair when you can, because every little thing counts toward making the world a little more fair. I would like to ask that you, members of the board, try to make the world a little more fair and give us a bus. Thank you for allowing me to speak for both myself and my peers, to make things for us students and our parents a little bit easier. Just as we are proud road runners, we are now proud to be part of the rising tide.
Thank you, Jessica. Erica Martinez.
Good evening, board members and fellow community members. My name is Erica Martinez. I am the parent of two TUSD children, Monica, who's a third grader at Heidemann Elementary, and Jessica, a sixth grader who attends Legacy Magnet Academy. And I am here tonight, as I have been since the May meeting, to ask for your support in providing a bus for students attending Legacy Magnet Academy. The new school year is already underway, and yet here we are. There are families, mine included, still trying to find a reliable solution to get our kids to school each day. Through the summer, while some families were enjoying the time off, we used our time to actively look for every possible option to make things easier on our families and to ensure our kids arrive to school on time and ready to learn. The truth is, the options we found simply don't really work. As I mentioned before, the ride shares like Uber and Lyft don't allow children under 13 to ride alone. Public transportation isn't safe or realistic alternative either. The routes don't line up with school start times and sometimes require 30 to 4 minutes walking time through areas of construction, heavy traffic, and incomplete sidewalks, just like where the freeway entrances are. First Student, the bus company our district uses, can't work with us since they already have a contract with the district. And over the summer, I found a specialized rideshare service just for kids, but it charges $25 per ride. That's $50 a day, which adds up to about $9,000 over the school year, which is simply not possible for us. In the short time the kids have been in school, we have been able to attend back to school night, meet the teachers, the kids have attended their first school dance, but more importantly, we are watching in real time the amazing things our children are doing as they navigate middle school. On the first day of school, I asked Jessica what her favorite part of the day was, and she said lunch. And then I asked, what was your least favorite part? Her response brought tears to my eyes because with the same joy that she replied the previous question, she said nothing. In the short 2 weeks of school, I have received messages, shout out to Mr. Ha at Legacy, with pictures of the day of things that the kids are doing, and I can say without a doubt, this is exactly where she belongs. For the time being, a family friend has graciously taken Jessica to and from school, but what will I do if they get sick or they just don't attend school that day? I won't be able to make it to take her myself, take Monica to school, and make it to work on time. This coming Friday is the prime example of that struggle. While LMA gets out at 12:47 p.m., Heidemann gets out at 1:14, while I still work till 2:42. The other families face the same difficulty. We're not only parents of these kids who need your support with the bus. We too are TUSD, and we turn to you for your support. The same support we give and pour our hearts into every single day for the TUSD families. I thank you for your time, and I continue to pray that we will get this bus that is much needed by our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. Mia Sandoval.
My name is Mia Sandoval. I'm from Legacy, and I need like a little help because my family is like really desperate. We have 2 cars, but my dad like drives to work at 5 o'clock, and he needs to like go to work really early. My mom needs to work at 8:30, and I get picked up and I drop out at 7 o'clock. And my brother drops out at like 6, so we have like a lot of times limits. So my mom needs she goes like different schools, and she can like rush to drop me to the Legacy, my brother at Heinemann, and it's like a lot of times because my dad is also at work and he's not available to like go in and drop my brother and I at the same time. it's multi-task, and I really don't want to force him because he has work earlier than us. So if you could help us to and the legacy students, some of us, it could be a little pressure, but my mom needs these really help really badly because she needs work so badly, all the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mia. And Maria Sandoval?
Hi, my name is Maria Sandoval. Once again, I introduce myself not as an employee of the district, but as a mom pleading her case to the board. My daughter said something to my son at the dinner table yesterday that stuck with me. We were having dinner, and I asked her if she would be attending today's meeting with me, and she said, yes, I have to. With the most conviction that I ever saw her, and I was like, and my son asked why. Because he's in 4th grade, he goes to Hardeman, I guess he's more, doesn't see it so much. And she said, because we failed every time we have come to the bus. It hasn't been approved. So I need to speak to show them that only me but my classmates need it. That resonated with me. I haven't failed her because here we are again and again. And not only that I started by myself petitioning, but now thankfully more other parents have come because it is a necessity. It's not like just one kid, it's multiple kids that need it. So I understand that the bus is another expense, that if it is approved to us, they must do it for all. Somebody mentioned that to me, one of the employees from the district, when I asked for her help. I wonder how many times will they continue. It's not easy to show up and plead time and time again. It's not easy to stand up here, to bring your kids, to show them what conviction and courage shows when you need something, not wanted, but needed. We have done what some staff has suggested and asked other parents to see if they're able to carpooling. But it's a responsibility that said parent is agreeing to, and not everybody is willing to do that. More car accidents are increasing. And I understand that not everybody's willing to take on the responsibility and say, hey, because they have to drop off my child. And if something happens, obviously, what they're going to say, hey, it was my responsibility. Your child was under my care, correct? I have called the bus company first student at the suggestion of another parent, only to ask for questions. Hey, how do you design your bus routes? Hey, how do you manage to get in touch with the district and figured out what schools? Because I asked, she was like, no, that school isn't eligible. I was like, okay, how do they become eligible? Do we ask the board? Do we ask you? Do we petition? What is it? They're like, no, they're just not eligible. I was like, we're not going around in circles. I want an answer, which wasn't provided. All I said was, have a wonderful day, goodbye. Because apparently this isn't the way that I'm going to go get answers about. Uber and other driving services aren't allowed for kids under 13. Also, costs are stuck up. And in a family of 2, even though we do have a 2-family income, my husband had to drop us off because I save parking on the street because we're not able to afford a house with 2 parking spots. And that is annoying because it's not able, like I can tell her, hey, I just go here and there. No, we have to save parking in order not to get a ticket or having to pay our liquor store or our convenience store $5 extra just to get parking for the night. Thank you so much.
Do we have any other, thank you, Maria. Do we have any other public comments? All right, seeing none and having no more yellow comment cards. Continue on. We're moving to the Tustin Bright Spot. That's Mr. Solons.
Thank you and good evening, President Stone, member of the board, and audience members. Each year, our maintenance and operations team identifies, plans, and executes larger facilities maintenance and improvement projects during the summer months when kids are out of school. As you can imagine, this is quite an undertaking, but one that greatly enhances the campuses and learning environments for our students and staff. For this evening's Bright Spot, I'm pleased to welcome our Senior Director of Maintenance and Operations, Mr. Sal Sanchez, here to share some of the highlights of the work that has happened over this past summer. So if you could, please join me in welcoming Mr. Sanchez.
Thank you. Good evening, President Stone, members of the board, Superintendent Johnson, and cabinet members. As Mr. Sullins mentioned, my name is Sal Sanchez, Senior Director of the Maintenance, Operations, and Facilities Department here at Tustin Unified School District. Today I will provide an overview of this year's summer's projects, and let's see if we don't have any technical difficulties here. There we go. So, in keeping with this year's theme of optimism, teamwork, and curiosity, we understand that the aim of the summer projects is to obviously invest in our schools and our facilities. This is not something that is done unilaterally, but actually something that we engage in with the site administrations, teachers, and staff. We also understand that in doing so, we have different perspectives that are in play, i.e. priorities, safety, and then other considerations. That being said, the other things that we look at is our processes, and whatever it is we do today, we need to be able to continue it in years to come and also fall in line with our goals in years to come as well. In looking at this year's set of projects, we did over $8 million, and that obviously encompassed a dozen schools, if not more so. And the projects varied from roofing, flooring replacement, asphalt replacement, painting, and other facilities upgrades. All told, we did over 1.2 million square feet of asphalt replacement, coupled with 40,000 square feet of flooring replacement as well. In this next slide, it kind of gives you an overall perspective of all the schools that were touched by this year's projects. As I mentioned earlier, we had asphalt, paint, flooring, and roofing. A few other projects that will be noted in slides to come are our special projects, which entailed work being done at Columbus Tustin, Sycamore Magnet Academy, Tustin High School, Legacy Magnet Academy, Foothill, Nelson, and Pioneer. And here we will to obviously kind of go through what's been brought about here. We also had to share with you.
Well, this summer was a very busy summer for us. Obviously, we had well over $8 million worth of summer projects underway. Everything stemming from roofing, asphalt, painting, floor coverings. We ran the gamut when it came to the number of projects we did.
Big projects that we had this summer was the roofing over at Hughes. We had 4 buildings. We tore off the roof, and the activity center, we did a complete restoration of that roof. Over at Ladera, we got a full paint of the exterior, which came out really nice. And then we also had Red Hill, which also came out very nice. And that was a complete exterior paint at Red Hill as well.
And our projects are all the replacement of flooring, carpeting throughout the school district. This year we had about 4 schools that we did, but the major ones were UT Middle School and Ladera Elementary. We also were involved in the roofing part and the painting part and the asphalt and a little bit of the playground with Mike.
Being on a campus that is, well maintained and stuff like that, it builds the inviting nature of how a campus looks and can play a role on the experience for students to come to school.
It creates a better environment for the kids because they see new floorings. They went out and the carpet was old and the floor was old, and then come back and it looks brand new. So I think it does motivate kids and staff to do better now that they see a little bit of improvement at their schools.
Our guys are very receptive to learning. Therefore, what they do is they collaborate with each other. They share ideas. They obviously solicit feedback. And what that does is basically then they go and apply that out in the field, working with contractors, looking for better ways to do our job and accomplish our goal, which is to get these projects done over the summer.
We have great upper leadership on our team, which opens up the door to new things and for us to learn.
We've always had that growth mindset because again, we want to get better. We want to be a responsive unit, a responsive department. And that said, it goes to us being out in the field, us getting work orders done, and just being a support to everybody who needs our assistance.
We're fortunate here, not only in grounds, but in maintenance, the wealth of knowledge that we have. We kind of just, build and learn off of one another's experiences, and just to kind of try to make the district better than, it was yesterday.
Okay, moving on to our district-wide and special projects. In this first slide, you'll note the work that's been done at Columbus Tustin. We obviously took, and this is a STEM project, we obviously took the classrooms down to the studs, and in the before picture you see drywall that has just been reinstalled back on the walls, and then on the right you see the classroom as it is today. All this work taking place over the course of the summer and ready to go by the first day of school. Next, we have Legacy Magnet Academy, and regrettably, since the school opened, we had issues with water intrusion, water getting inside the building, and through the due diligence of our Director of Facilities and Planning, Mr. Tom Rizzuti, in working with consultants, engineers, and the architect, it finally came to fruition with this project was undertaken. And as you can see there, the work that went before and after, now it is our hope that with the work that was completed recently, that we will no longer have this issue moving forward. Next, we have Tustin High School. And after almost 2 years, the T-Tech lab had been rebuilt. It's been kind of a labor of love, so to speak, because since obviously the fire occurred to today's finished product, you have a T-Tech lab that now features new air conditioning, electric garage doors, LED lighting, and tools and equipment such as water jet. I'm fading right now. It's a large format CO2 laser, a water jet cutting machine, and 3D printers plus more. Although it has taken nearly 2 years to reach this point, our hope is that this shop will have a lasting and positive impact on Tustin High School students. Foothill High School, another project that we took on this summer, and here we had an issue with rust stains showing through the plaster walls of the school's pools. Upon further discovery or further examination, it was brought to our attention and determined that water was leaking through the trough, obviously when water spills over, and into the interior of the wall. When that happened, it obviously touched upon the rebar in the interior of the wall, and the staining you see there is the rust coming through. In talking with the contractor, what they did is they opened up the walls throughout the pool to access the rebar, further examine it, and luckily for us, there was no compromising of the rebar. So what was happening there was they applied what's called a corrosion inhibitor to prevent any further corrosion, went back and sealed the plaster, and then in the after photo you see the finished product. Here we have Nelson Elementary. Prior to this particular playground being installed, the school did have a relatively new playground. Unfortunately, due to concerns from the staff, it was not age appropriate. So what that basically ensued was us taking that playground out, reinstalling a more age appropriate playground that you see here in the photos. And luckily for us, we were able to reuse that former playground into the primary playground. So now for the students on both the kinder and the primary levels are able to have their own playground. And that's it. Thank you very much for your time this evening.
Thanks, Sal. All right. We have, we're moving on to items 6, public hearing, initial proposal from the Classified Supervisory Management Association to TUSD. I'm going to open the hearing. Are there any comments regarding item 6A? All right. Hearing none, I'm going to close this hearing. 6B, public hearing, initial proposal from the Tustin Unified School District to the Classified Supervisory Management Association. This hearing is now open. Do we have any comments? Hearing is closed. 6C, initial proposal from the Classified Supervisory Management Association to TUSD. Do I have a motion?
I move we receive the initial proposal from the Classified Supervisory Management Association.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Make sure I don't get lost here. 6D, initial proposal from the Tustin Unified School District to the Classified Supervisory Management Association. Do I have a motion?
I move that we receive the initial proposal from the Tustin Unified School District to the Classified Supervisory Management Association.
And do I have a second? Thank you.
And just for explanation, what these proposals do is simply outline the sections of the contract that are going to be open and discussed during bargaining. And I believe in each of these cases, each party requested 2 or 3 sections. So it isn't a detailed proposal. It's just, here's the general topics we want to talk about.
Excellent. Other comments? Thank you, Mr. Davis. No further comments. May I have a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
I hear no opposed. Motion carries. E, Memorandum of Understanding between the Tustin Educators Association and TUSD, elected union officer release time. Do I have a motion? Ms. DeMichelis, motion to approve. Do I have a second? Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We have a board policy update to Regulation 3517 with Exhibit 3517E1, Facilities Inspection Policy. Do I have a motion for reading and or adoption?
I'll move for adoption.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion on this update to the policy? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Board Policy 5145.3, non-discrimination and harassment. Do I have? Oh, did we take out H and I?
H and I only.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, the G. This is G.
Yeah, we're on G.
So we are doing this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I did this one.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion?
I'll
I
move
move
approval.
adoption. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Abelov moved. I'll second Mr. Abelov's motion.
All right, thank you. Would anyone care to discuss G, which is definitely on tonight's agenda? No? Okay. With no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Motion carries. As hinted at, items H and I have been tabled for a future meeting per adoption of the agenda in a modified form earlier this evening. Moving on to J, Board Policy and Administrative Regulation 1312.3, Uniform Complaint Procedures, Annual Review. Do I have a motion for reading and or adoption?
I'll move for adoption.
May I have a second? Thank you. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 6K, manager occupational therapist, new title, job description, and salary placement. Do I have a motion to approve? Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Tie goes to Dr. Copeland. Any discussion on this new role? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 6L, Director Information Services, a new title and salary placement. May I have a motion to approve this new position? Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Discussions about this role? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Item 7, the consent calendar. Do I have a motion to adopt the consent calendar as posted?
I have a question, but let's get the motion.
Okay. Do you want to make that motion?
Sure, I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second the motion to approve the consent calendar.
Okay. We have a comment?
Yeah, just a quick question to staff. Over the summer, we had a lot of staff go to the CC, the Community School Partnership Program training, a large number. What was presented at that program, and who presented?
Yeah, we had all of our staff was invited from the schools that are considered CCSPP because that was who funded the speakers. So we had a couple days of training, couple hundred employees total at each session were there and enjoyed the experience and the training that was provided and the materials. We were able to purchase books for the staffs to take and read as well.
No, I thought that was great.
Yeah.
You're doing that so everybody understands what the program is
Mhm.
and how it fits.
All right. Do I have, we'll take a vote on the consent calendar. All in favor of adopting the consent calendar as published? Aye. Any opposed? Consent calendar passes. Which brings us to pupil personnel, item 8. We have one item tonight, SN 2024-25-23. Do I have a motion?
I'll move adoption of or approval of the stipulated suspended expulsion to Orchard Hills Middle School as recommended.
Thank you. Do I have a second for that motion? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
And we come to board member comments.
Is this on now? Yep. I just have a few things in all of the hoopla of the back to school events. I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Johnson here about he did a kind of a back to school. I would call it a rally, a pep rally, but it was probably called something else officially. But it was really a great example of the unity and the excitement that our staff and teachers have in this school. So it was a pleasure, a big pleasure to be involved in that, and by what Dr. Johnson shared, things are really moving in the right direction in our district. Just very exciting. The back to school, going around to the various schools, was seeing those kids. It's the end of summer, so you'd think they'd be a little bummed, but those kids were super excited to be back at a TUSD school, and I was, again, happy to see those smiling faces. There's one other. Oh, the TPSF summer program. We actually got an in-depth tour of that, and I talked a little bit about it over the summer, but no one was sitting in seats over the summer, so I really want if you're not familiar with TPSF, it's the Tustin Public School Foundation, and they just do incredible work. They raise a lot of money for our schools, and each and every one of the kids and families in our district benefit from their efforts, and these are all volunteers, so it really says a lot about the dedication of our community. Also, it's an opportunity I would like students to know that where you get some real leadership opportunities in being mentors. They actually run the program with the other student teachers and assistants, and to see their maturity and the depth and breadth of their knowledge on what they're doing was just exemplary. I was so impressed. I feel like our future is bright in the world, to see how these kids just really took on a lot of responsibility, and that they had an opportunity also to have outside speakers come and communicate about leadership. I think Dr. Johnson spoke with them, and this is how these kids learn, and it's important that they get exposed to all kinds of leaders. So again, I want to shout out to that group. We couldn't do it without TPSF, and I really appreciate all of them. And that's probably it for now. Thanks.
All right, first of all, I want to welcome our student board members. I had the good fortune of being able to participate in interviewing some of you, and we had an outstanding group of applicants for these roles, and we have therefore an even more outstanding group of people who were selected for these roles. And I just have every confidence that you're going to do an excellent job, and you become in many ways collectively the faces of Tustin Unified students to a lot of people who may not have students in their household. As you report about activities, if you express concerns, as you talk about hopes, and of course as you go through the process of deciding what's next after high school. So I wish you the best of luck, and I know you're going to do a great job. On the theme, continuing the theme of things that happened over the summer to prepare for where we are today, I want to mention one specific one, which is the math lab for elementary school teachers. We have a considerable effort being made across our elementary schools to improve our success in helping children understand the concepts of mathematics as they go through their elementary school math curriculum. And that shows in the turnout that we had during the summer of teachers who wanted to learn more about how they might, new things they might try, and how to think about approaching and improving student success in mathematics, which, as we know, the world is certainly the need for mathematical understanding is certainly not declining. It's growing exponentially, and there doesn't seem to be any change in that trend. So I'm just really pleased we had so many teachers who were dedicated to coming and participating in that. I'm sure there's a lot more that that we haven't listed here in terms of, but I'll tell you, it can be a significant number of days that teachers spend and come back to school during the summer on their days off, quote unquote, and we just appreciate that commitment on the part of our faculty members. So I'm looking forward to a very successful school year, to a lot of academic growth on the part of our students, and also just a lot of thoughtful preparation for your future. So we ask and that's it.
Well, since Mr. Davis covered the student side, I'll just say I'm really looking forward to visiting all the sites and meeting all our new administrators and staff. And I really want to meet that one teacher that made it out of 398 applications.
Yeah, no pressure. Well, I'm gonna piggyback on what Mr. Davis had to say. There is sort of a through line, maybe of a existential crisis, fear, helplessness as the tide of history rolls over us, but not you. I want to affirm those of you who have committed to being student board members or alternates people that Teddy Roosevelt once referred to famously as the man in the ring, people willing to lean in and commit to public service. And I hope this is early days in a lifetime of public service for all of you, and that you are an inspiration and an example for all your fellow citizens. So I look forward to working with you this year and hearing your stories, and very much look forward to seeing where you go after this and the great things that you will do. And so thank you, and don't stop volunteering or running or committing to public service. It's the very best of us and what makes our country worth living in. So thank you. With if there are no other comments this evening, then I'll ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting. Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. This meeting is adjourned.